Hello, people on the internet. It is me, Xena, or Stitch, as some of you have called me. So 2016 has been a year. Largely good with some incredible bad thrown in because this is the world we live in. A lot of good though. I started grad school almost a year ago. I've gotten straight A's in grad school. I've had a lot of writing opportunities. I mean, if you look at my bio on Twitter, you can see that I'm writing still for Strange Horizons. I've had some writing go up on Comics Alliance, and I'm applying for freelance work. I'm doing a lot, I'm doing the most, and so far things are going really well. While I've been kind of mediocre on the real life offline friends joint, I mean, if I don't see you during the 36 hours a week I'm at school, I'm probably not really active in your life and it really sucks. But if you're online friends, actually there's a huge chance that we're even closer, probably. I mean, a lot of 2016 has been spent making really great new friends. I have I've worked really hard on, talking about, I guess, fandom activism, in addition to offline activism. So I've been really vocal about issues in fandom. The Star Wars thing in March with Francesca's horrible meta, while the meta itself was just horrible and I still think she should feel really bad about it, just saying, the conversations that people of color, especially Black people and Latino people, had in the Star Wars fandom as a result were really necessary, and I hope more people listened or are listening, because it's a continuing conversation we're having even though fandom doesn't want to have it. That month of dealing with fandom being really racist actually kind of led to me, this is why I'll be going to PCA in April to talk about race and fandom, and it's something I'm really looking forward to. Because I've never been to California. I've never been farther west than Tampa. So it's pretty much a big deal. People that I've met that I've really enjoyed talking to, and there's some people that I've met and then became friendly or with, so there's B, who I love. I aspire to be like her in terms of fierceness. I have Rukmini Pandey. She's just mind-blowingly amazing. I have my DC crew, Yam, Alex, Fleet, Jill, Mia, Mia, who's also part of my Voltron crew, which is hilarious because I'm not in that fandom. But, Mia's in there along with memes because I love drama. This year's also been really interesting in terms of watching fandom from kind of an outsider position, because I'm not producing as much content because I'm in grad school. Up until 2 days ago, I had a job, which, I've been working really hard. So if you sent me anything and I don't respond, that's why. I'm really busy. I have multiple jobs. I'm doing freelance work, and I've never been good at answering messages, actually. So there's a lot going on, but a lot of it had to do with fandom, which is pretty cool. I've read some really great books. I've made some good book friends. If you've seen my 2016 urban fantasy list, you'll see that once again, Matt Wallace knocked it out the park with his latest Cindy Jour book, which I love and I still love because my OTP is canon. Just saying. I also had great fun with, Craig Schaefer had 2 books come out this year that I really loved and I recommended obnoxiously every time I could. I also saw a lot of movies. The best thing about moving back to Miami after 4 years was that I'm here with friends who have cars, and since I don't drive, that's great. So Robert, aka Beta Ray Bob on Twitter, has basically had my back a lot, and we go to the movies way more than a graduate student and somebody working 2 jobs should. Me and then him. But it's been really great. I think the only movie I've seen this year that I didn't go into knowing that I dislike it would be like Rogue One, and we've covered that it's mostly because I don't like sad movies, not this was a bad movie. What else happened? Well, technically, I'm a year away from getting my degree. I mean, this is, as of last semester, I finished a full year of graduate school. That's a lot. Let's see. I read a lot. Didn't review as much as I read, and I'll try to either read less or review more this coming year. My website got more popular with less comments, while my blog got a lot in terms of views. Actually, my Twitter blew up after several shout outs from, writers that I love and who love me, which is pretty great, like Gail Simone. So I'm now almost at 1,000 followers on Twitter, which is pretty great. I'm like, okay, I'm not almost, but I'm like 20 away, which is close. What else? I'm writing. I'm trying to finish everything. There's no way that I'll finish anything I have to do for New Year's by New Year's, but I'm hoping that I can get some short fiction done for my blog and for Patreon. And on that, I'm so sorry if you are a patron because I am terrible at this. Sorry. So I just want to say that this year, especially at the beginning of the year and then in the middle when my family was having those problems, you guys really stepped up. You had my back, and it was really great. Thank you all for everybody who messaged me, who read my posts, who shared my posts, and who, took a moment out of their day to be like, whoa, this weirdo is making good points. Let me share this with people. I really love that I've been able to share my writing with people who seem to understand it and educate people, at least to the point that I'm educated in terms of, social justice and, representation in media. I've had some pushbacks. I've had a lot of issues with other people in fandom because the slash shipping segment of fandom does not seem capable of understanding that critique isn't related to condemning it. So that's been a continuing problem from last year. I still get my posts linked to on social justice sites because of those posts, and it's weird because most of my posts are about fandom, so I don't get dude bros, but I get liberal white women who are like, oh yes, this person's an ugly bitch, but this is fandom, and it's just been very interesting cataloging the fact that really I've had more to fear from white womanhood, defenders of white womanhood in fandom than I have anybody else. Wow. Kind of interesting. And I mean, even though that's been annoying, it's not something that's negatively impacted my fandom life. I just wish people would get some reading comprehension, but I always wish that. I guess it would be a good time to talk about next year. So next year, I'll be even busier. I start the thesis workshop this semester, which means I will have at least a third of my thesis done by the end of May, I believe. No, end of April. In terms of professional work, you will see me I'm hoping, because I'm bad at deadlines and bad at conveying that. So hopefully you'll see more of me at Strange Horizons, and if you don't, that's my fault, not theirs. Comics Alliance, same goes. I'm applying to every site I can think of. I actually have a short story coming out with Dirty Bird Press. They're doing an anthology, and I'm in it. I'm really excited. I'm going to be fleshing out two of my main universes. The one with superheroes, that's Comet City, so you'll be seeing more of that. And while people not on Patreon have yet to see Breaking and Entering, I got the first finished artwork from my artist. And it's really cute. So that's coming in 2017. I'm going to try and do more work that's accessible, that's queer, and get it out there. And I'm really looking forward to sharing all of that with you. Ignore the weird cut in the film, but after this, in terms of nonfiction, I'm going to try and do more work with Urban Fantasy 101. I'm also going to see how much I can get away with in terms of critiquing fandom by doing like a fandom behaving badly kind of thing. I'm assuming it will end with horrible stuff, like me being accused of horrible things, because this is what it does. But I don't even want to talk about like problematics, like issues. I just want to look at fandoms that are just really borked and just get messy, and talk about how these fandom spaces have been messy. I have a few articles in the pipeline that I'm pitching or trying to pitch, and we'll see how that goes. I really don't know what 2017 will bring in terms of writing, because this time last year, if you'd told me like, hey, Zena, you'd have anything up on Comics Alliance, even a little blurb on an end of the year list, I'd have been like, you're wrong and awful, kiss my butt. And here we are. And I couldn't have done it without people who spoke up for me, who read my work and decided that their editors, should check it out, or that, their friends should see it. Like, while 2017 hasn't exactly been the best mental health year, I mean, I lost an uncle. I've spent most of the time going, oh God, my parents, because they've been sick, they're old. And then one important celebrity death after the other. It's just, I've still had a lot of really great friendships. I met Caitlin, who, like, low-key, girl's my soulmate, what? I've made friends with Jorge and Gabby, my English department people, aside from that one asshole. They're queer, they're people of color, they're badasses who I aspire to be like, because they're so brilliant. And I just want all of these friendships to last. And I mean, I'm bad at friendships, so I don't know how much of them will, but I'm going to try, because these people and you people are super important to me. So thank you. Thank you. Hopefully your 2017 will be amazing and you'll go places. All of the places. Right.